These are the Drop THX Pandas. They cost $400. They're wireless, they use Bluetooth of course, but they don't have noise canceling or transparency or basically any extra features though. So what's so special about these? Well, these are audiophile headphones. And the folks at Drop or THX say that the sound quality when plugged in wired is the same as the sound quality when you're using it wireless over Bluetooth. So these headphones should have great sound quality, better than any other consumer headphones we've used. Well, today we're gonna see just how good they really sound and how they perform in other aspects as well. Let's not waste any time, okay? Let's just get straight to the most important part, and the part that these headphones were really made for: sound quality. Now, I've used a lot of great headphones in my day, but never actually used audiophile headphones before. So basically, I expected my music listening experience to be taken to the next level. Like, I'm not talking great sound quality, I'm talking great sound quality, like audiophile level sound quality, right? That's why I didn't want to start with just any song. I was looking for the perfect song, one of my favorites, you know, with just a good amount of bass, nice and clear vocals, and with just a whole lot of soul, you know? Well, I was checking for a while, and then I got it. I need just the right song for the occasion. And I didn't want to waste any more time. I was ready to listen and be blown away. You know, let me stop talking. But yeah, I wasn't exactly blown away like I thought I would be. In fact, the song didn't even sound good as it normally did to me with other headphones. Like, I've listened to the song many times, but with the Pandas, something about the sound of it is just different. Like, it doesn't sound bad or anything. It just sounds not as captivating as what I'm used to. Now, what am I used to specifically and exactly? Well, let's say the Sony WH-1000 XM3s. These are the headphones that I've used and used the most. Okay, so I go back to the Sonys, back to my phone, back to the music app, so I can play the song again and just see if something's up with my ears or something. This time, the song sounded great again, much better than the Pandas. But then immediately I thought, oh crap, that doesn't sound right. The Sonys aren't supposed to sound better than the Pandas. The Pandas are audiophile headphones, and the audiophile community is gonna watch this video. They're gonna come for me. They're gonna, oh my god, they're gonna know where I live. I put it in that video that time. I said people shouldn't like come check for me though, but then who knows if they're gonna come check for me. I shouldn't show it again though. I'm showing it again. I can't. What am I? Whoa, that's just one song though. Like, I can't really know everything and judge things based on one song alone. I mean, it sounded much better on the Sonys compared to the Pandas, sure, but I can't really know everything unless I listen to a whole bunch of songs like I normally do, right? So after listening to a whole bunch of songs like I normally do, I was kind of getting accustomed to the way the Pandas sounded. A bunch of songs sounded kind of worse than I was used to, actually, just like the first time. But then some of them sounded really good. Like, some songs sounded the best they've ever sounded to me ever. And after I kept listening to song after song after song after song after song after song, I knew exactly what was up with the Pandas and what it's missing compared to most consumer headphones, especially the Sonys. You know, I sometimes forget how different consumer headphones are from audiophile headphones. Basically, long story short, after a lot of listening, it's clear to me that the Pandas just have better drivers. They have better sound drivers in there because every sound you hear in your ears from the Pandas sounds quality, like at a higher level than consumer headphones. And with the Pandas, it's especially in the mids and the highs. Like, it just sounds so clean. The Sonys and all other consumer headphones I've tried sound a little rough in comparison. Like, the voices and everything, they're just not at that fine quality. Even though you'd never be able to say that about these consumer headphones if they're the best you've tried, because they sound very good for themselves. But the drivers on the Pandas just have that higher quality. There's just one thing that's just weird with the Pandas for me. And that's the bass. The bass drivers on the Pandas actually have great sound quality, but the thing is, they don't get as loud as the mids and the highs. Or rather, they don't get as loud as I'd like. See, the biggest difference between the Sonys right here and other consumer headphones around this level, the biggest difference between those and these audiophile Pandas here is that when you listen to music with the Pandas, you're gonna hear a lot less bass for most songs. Now, this isn't a negative thing per se. In fact, this is the difference between consumer headphones and audiophile headphones. Consumer headphones are made for you to enjoy your music, basically. With audiophile headphones, I mean, sure, you can enjoy your music, but the intention is for the music to be heard the way it was produced. The drivers need to be at that level, and it needs to be equalized correctly. And correct, a lot of the time, sounds kind of flat. So a lot of songs that I grew to love listening to on the Sonys because of the bass and just being able to feel the music that much, when I went to play those songs on the Pandas, I'm pretty sure it sounded more correct, but I just didn't enjoy it as much. All I could hear was the mids and highs crowding out the bass. Now, this isn't a big deal though, because if you watch any of my videos about the Sonys, I'll tell you how you can always go into the Sony app and you can just change the EQ settings. If you don't like too much bass, or you want even more bass, or even more trebles, or even less trebles, you can always change the EQ setting, so you don't really have to be stuck with the way it sounds. But that's with the Sonys though. With the Pandas, like most audiophile headphones,
They don't give you any EQ settings, so you kind of are stuck with the way it sounds. Or rather, I should say, you kind of were stuck with the way it sounds, or sound dead. See, they delayed it for quite a while, but now with the new update, you do have the EQ settings and you can change the settings and the sound to sound just how you like, so you can take advantage of the full range of these audiophile headphones. Now, did I head in there and just increase the bass to make things sound just how I wanted? Well, no, I didn't. Now, it's not because I didn't want to though, it's because I couldn't actually. See, there's some not so good things I ran into with the Pandas that just won't let me use the EQ settings, among some other things actually. But let's talk about that later, okay? Just know the sound quality is really, really great, and the Pandas have great drivers. But if you're a bass lover like me, then straight out the box, you might be a little disappointed with the way it sounds.
Now I said might though, because here's the thing. You know I said that with the Sonys, when you listen to music, there's just a lot more bass there than with the Pandas? Well, that's true, except when it's not. Because that's the thing with the Pandas and audiophile headphones. They try to make music sound the way it's intended to sound. And some songs actually do have a lot of bass just by themselves. And with some of those, I have no complaints with the bass at all. Actually, I think it goes even higher than the Sonys. And the Sonys really push the bass up there. But this isn't the case with most songs with bass that I like. So long story short, that's a little disappointment I have in the sound quality of the Drop Pandas. There's no disappointment really, I just wish I could change the EQ settings.
Which you can, but I can't right now. But like I said, we'll talk about that later, okay? Basically, just know the Pandas have very good drivers, like better than any pair of consumer headphones you're gonna try. But as far as listening to music goes, without changing any EQ settings, they might not sound as enjoyable as some consumer headphones out there.
So yeah, the Drop Pandas actually aren't my go-to headphones for sound quality. For more reasons than you think, actually. We'll talk about that later. But you should know, the Pandas have become my go-to headphones for all my audio creating and mixing needs. Because yeah, it might not be the best for listening to the new J. Cole album, but it's literally perfect when it comes to creating content. And that's a pretty big deal. More so for me though than for you. You know, I'm the content creator, you're the content consumer. That's our relationship here. But yeah, that's basically it when it comes to sound quality. And actually, that's basically it when it comes to everything with the Pandas in general. Like I said, they don't have noise canceling or transparency or any other extra features actually. Actually, when you put it on, it will cancel a good amount of noise actually. Like it doesn't have noise canceling, but it really blocks and seals out your ears. So you really hear a lot less just by having it on naturally. It's not noise canceling though, but it's something. Since we're here though, let's talk about the only thing we basically can talk about, and that's how they feel on your head and how they perform just day to day. I'm talking about how seamless they are when you actually use them. Well, when you have them on, they're not uncomfortable, but they do have a really strong clamping force on the sides of your head. And depending on how you wear them, and in most ways you wear them actually, they will get uncomfortable after a while. They don't feel very soft, and I'm not just talking the ear cushions, but I'm talking the headphones in your head. It just has a more rigid feel. Now, I actually think that makes it feel a little more expensive in hand, but it doesn't really feel expensive though. It's not like the AirPods Max that's made of metal and all of that. It's made of plastic like most other headphones, but it's really defined and rigid, and it feels very well made actually. That's how it feels in hand though. Like I said, on your head, it doesn't feel so comfortable like other headphones.
I mean, it's not uncomfortable though. Like the air cushions are still soft and everything, so it's not gonna hurt you when you put it on for the first time. But after a while, it is gonna hurt you. You know, they just feel rigid overall. And rigid and comfortable don't really go so well together, you know?
Surprisingly, it's more comfortable than most headphones when you're laying down on the side, like on the couch or on the bed or whatever. The pain you normally feel in the situation from headphones comes from your ears actually pushing up against the headphones and all of that. Because of how rigid and well built the Pandas are, that's just not gonna happen. Your ears are not gonna sink into the headphones and all of that. So because of that, it's more comfortable than most headphones when laying down. But if you lay down for too long, it's still gonna get uncomfortable.
It's actually not so uncomfortable when working out though. I mean, it's not the best for working out. I'd say it's just as mediocre as most over-ear headphones when working out. Your ears are gonna get real hot and sweaty, but it's not gonna absorb sweat like the AirPods Max does and get real dirty and nasty. It's also not made of metal, so you don't really have to worry about it falling and getting damaged. Also, the Pandas aren't too side heavy like the AirPods Max. The headband is pretty strong and reinforced, and that's what helps with the clamping force and everything, so they won't even fall out in the first place, unless you're making the most intensive movements. So basically, overall, they're not so bad for working out, but you'll still definitely be better off with earbuds if you want to work out though, and do intense stuff. I mean, some over-ear headphones are cool and decent for working out, but it's just not the most seamless for stuff like that. Now, something that is pretty cool and is pretty seamless with the Pandas
is the only other thing I have to say about them before I get into some more negative stuff. But let's stay positive right now though. The thing I'm talking about is the only button you get on the headphones. Now I really like this button because it's very simple. It's just one button and it actually does every single thing you need it to do. It's a button, but it can be pushed and it can also be moved in every direction, like up, down, left, right, just like a D-pad on a controller. So you can increase the volume, reduce the volume, skip to the next song, skip to a better song with just that one button. I've not seen headphones do it this way before. I think it's pretty cool. It works pretty well.
Okay, so that's about it when it comes to seamlessness with the Pandas. Like I said before, apart from sound quality, they don't really do anything else extra for you or your experience. Now I say that, but like I really mean it. Like apart from sound quality, which is all that we're going for with these headphones. Apart from this, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but they actually sound the same wired as they do wireless, which is pretty impressive. But apart from sound quality and when it comes to the standard headphone things, well, the Pandas kind of fall short there. I've experienced a lot of not so good things with them actually, and I've had a bunch of problems. I'm talking stuff I don't expect from any headphones or even earbuds these days actually. I'm talking pairing and Bluetooth connection issues. Like for some reason, sometimes they just won't connect to my devices for some reason at specific times. And then I have to turn it off and turn it on and then it'll work. But then sometimes, no matter what I do, I wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, turn it off, turn it on. It just wouldn't connect no matter what. And then I'll just wait and wait like the next day and then it just work again like nothing happened. But even when I do have it connected, sometimes I'll press play and then it'll play, but then I press play twice because I was waiting for it to play. So then it'll pause again and you know, just stuff like that. You know, it's just not the coolest thing. Now, yes, I personally experienced this, but so did a lot of people on the internet as well. It seems like the Pandas have a bit of a manufacturing problem or something. But then again, at the same time, there are people that have had no problems with the Pandas and it seems to be working perfectly fine. So I guess it might just be a hit or miss and you can actually get perfectly working pairs of Pandas. So I guess it's possible that you can get perfectly working pairs of Panda headphones. But you should definitely keep these things in mind though, because myself and a bunch of other people have had these problems. And actually, my problems went a step further when I actually couldn't turn on the Drop Pandas anymore. This actually happened a bunch of times, but it just fixed itself like a day later, like I said before. But right now, I actually can't turn on the Drop Pandas at all till this day. These Pandas, I cannot use them without like, what's it called? The aux cable, 3.5 millimeter headphone. Okay, just know I can't use these guys wireless anymore. I can only use them wired now. So that's where I'm at right now. And you definitely don't want to like pay $400 for these guys and just not be able to use them with Bluetooth anymore. That kind of sucks. Actually, no, that's kind of a deal breaker. The only thing I can do is to try to get a software update on it. And I've tried that. And it's not even responding to me anymore, actually. But I'm going to try it again. And if not, I'm going to have to contact Drop or something. Or if not, it's not that big a deal for me, actually. Because like I said, I use these for all my audio creating and mixing needs. So I actually do use them wired. And I use other pairs of headphones to listen to music. So it's not that big a deal for me. But I know you're not going to want to buy these and then not be able to use them with Bluetooth at all. That's a deal breaker, like I said. So yeah, guys, I think that's about all you need to know about the Drop THX Pandas. I didn't think I covered battery life though, but I can't really do that anymore. I think the battery life was pretty good before, you know, I couldn't turn them on anymore. So I can't really tell you anything about that there. But just know these headphones were created for one reason and one reason only, and that is to sound amazing. And to do that, wired or wireless. And with the great sound drivers they have in there, they definitely achieve that purpose. But like I've seen in the video, that's not all there is to it. And there are other things that you should definitely keep in mind, that you have to keep in mind actually, if you've been eyeing these guys and wanted to buy them. But yeah, guys, what about you? What do you think about the Drop Pandas? Have you tried them before? I think people's experiences with Audiophile headphones can be pretty interesting. So you should let me know about yours with the Drop Pandas, or if you just have any thoughts about them in the comment section below. And feel free to let me know anything you want to let me know in the comment section, okay? Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see some more, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Crap.
Okay, all right. Can you stay put? Stay put, buddy. No. Stay put, buddy. Right here. Right there. All right. All right. Let's see. Probably best sounding in a way. I miss my bass though. I mean, nah, that does not make sense. Does not make any sense at all. Wrong list. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense.